Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, welcome to this Lenten Reflection on the spirituality of Father Justin and the sanctification of Lent. In the 25th volume of Father Justin's writings, there is a special section titled For the Sanctification of Lent. And after his reflection on remembering what God has done and does for me and for you, there is a second chapter that talks about thorns, which has to do a lot with the second admonition that we hear on Ash Wednesday: convert and believe in the gospel. Now, our reflection and remembering, being aware of what God has done and does for me, should motivate me, inspire me to be more grateful to God, to be closer to Him, to be more sensitive to His love. And that's where the process of conversion comes. When I become sensitive to the pains, to the agonies, to the longing, to the yearning of our Lord Jesus Christ. This sensitivity to Jesus' desires, pains, and sufferings should somehow reflect what the old Simeon prophesied to Mary at the presentation to the temple, that the sword shall pierce your heart. And because Mary was so close to Jesus, so sensitive to his sufferings, she suffered fully in her heart the very passion and death of our Lord Jesus Christ. Now, our sensitivity to the reality of the love of Christ should move us and make us more aware of the little things, what we call little things, that offend, displease, or not please enough our Lord Jesus Christ. You know, we teach, and it is true, that mortal sin is what kills God's grace in us. And so mortal sins are identified with the death of Jesus Christ. What we call venial sins or smaller sins are the real passion of Jesus Christ. So when we say convert and believe in the gospel, we mean get closer to Jesus Christ. Be aware of the Lord being present to you everywhere, at all time, and that He appreciates the little attentions, the little thoughtfulness, the tenderness, and on the contrary, He feels disappointment, pains when we neglect, we are rude, we fail of being the loving, charming people He expects us to be. And Father Justin says that all these venial sins, all these imperfections are seen in the thorns. In the third sorrowful mystery, we consider the crowning with thorns. And all this lack of full love, of full attention, it's like a thorn placed in the head of Jesus Christ. And even though a thorn is not mortal, but it is an atrocious suffering. It's very painful. And so, practically, when we contemplate this crowning with thorns, we should be aware of the reality that every time we fail in giving all our undivided attention, all our love to Jesus Christ, we're not only putting a thorn around his head, but we are pressing it in. And so this reflection is what should cause us to continue and to commit ourselves to the sense of conversion. And so, practically, the season of Lent should bring us to a more sensitive, in the spiritual sense, to the reality of God's love that expects us to love Him as He loved us. And so I hope that we continue this journey with the awareness, again, of soon-to-be St. Justin, that the only way we can guarantee ourselves of avoiding mortal sin is by avoiding venial sins. And the way we avoid venial sins is by avoiding anything and everything that is not necessary, essentially necessary. And so I hope that with our good dispositions and with the help of God's grace, we continue our Lenten journey, paying more attention to little things in our daily life. Thank you, and God bless you.